Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Ako po si Noel Ocampo Reyes, Assistant Secretary for the Department of Agriculture, at the same time spokesperson po ng Kagawaran. Ito na po ang ating 106th virtual presser ng IATF Task Group on Food Security. Yan po, napakaganda. Ang task group po ay pinangunahan ni Secretary Manong Willie Dar at it is composed of 23 government agencies divided into 9 sub-task groups directed to make actions towards the following. Siyam na concerns po ito na poder. Number 1, food resiliency. 2, energy. 3, food value chain and logistics. 4th, water. 5th, agribusiness. 6th, food procurement and distribution. 7th, economic intelligence. 8th, strategic communications. At panghuli po, aquaculture and fisheries. Bukas po ay pagdiriwang namin ang 123rd anniversary ng Department of Agriculture. At ito po, historically, ito po isa sa mga ahensya na na-create ni President Emilio Aguinaldo, the late Emilio Aguinaldo, noong 1898, June 12. So 11 days after ng June 12, June 23, bukas po yun, yan po, tinatag ang Department of Agriculture and Manufacturing kasama ng iba pang mga departamento nung araw na yon. No? So ngayong hapon po, mapalad po tayong kasama natin muli. No? Matagal nang nawala sa screen, sa ating radar, ang ating pong bossing, si Secretary Manong Willie Dar. Secretary?
Sec Noel at sa lahat po na viewing this important presser ng Task Group on Food Security. Mahalagang presser ngayon kasi hindi lang yung 123rd anniversary celebration ng ating tatalakayin. Maybe we can also discuss all other food security concerns of importance today.
Tama po. At ito po, susunod na buwan ay SONA na ni Presidente. Therefore, parang magkakaroon tayo ng report card. Ano ba nangyari nung buong 6 na taon?
Yeah. Alam mo naman, let's try to project what could be considered as the part of the Duterte legacy dito sa agrikultura. Una, siguro pwede natin masabi na itong record high performance ng rice production natin sa bansa. Noong 2020 po, nagkamit tayo ng 19.4 million metric tons na rice production natin. And this is the highest in the history of the country. So, considered po ito na isa sa mga legacies ng ating mahal na Pangulo, Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Kasi lahat yung tulong po na kailangan po ng mga rice farmers, nandyan na yung rice tariffication law, yung RCEP, na may 10 billion na dagdag po doon sa budget ng rice production. Nandun din yung dating regular national rice production. So pinagsama po, very significant yung contribution or suporta ng ating gobyerno sa rice production. And here we have the new record high rice harvest in the history of the country.
And what are we looking for, Mr. Secretary, sa itong year na to? Sana tumaas pa yan. Sana
yes, alam niyo itong last year brought us to almost 90% rice sufficiency level. So with this target of additional 1 million metric tons this year, that will bring us now to maybe another 3, 4, 5%. So 93 to 95% of rice sufficiency level. And so this is such an important achievement of the Duterte administration. Never in the history of Philippine agriculture that you have reached almost 20 million metric tons.
Very good po. Sana noon po ay mabiyayaan tayo ng magandang weather in the rest of the year. And
there are good indications sa Sec Noel itong first quarter of the year. Ang datos po na galing sa PSA there is an increased production of rice of about 9%.
Wow.
So the indications are all there, and hoping that we sustain this till the end of the year.
Yan po. Yun po, nung napasyal po kami ng Isabela ni Secretary, ay via helicopter, nakita namin yung iba pang ang ganda ng palayan, no? Going to that sa northern part.
Tama po, from Bulacan, Nueva Ecija, Nueva Vizcaya, hanggat nakarating po tayo sa Isabela, ay preparation time ng ating mga rice farmers. At talaga ito naman, yung wet season planting, na malaki rin ang ambag sa rice production natin.
Okay.
So, if you have a good performance of rice production itong first semester, hopefully we can continue to have it in the second semester.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. So we're looking forward to a favorable performance of the agriculture sector towards the end of the year and siyempre hanggang sa mga susunod pang mga buwan at taon. So Mr. Secretary, marami nagtatanong ano daw po yung one reform agenda? Bakit kailangan ano pang i-reforma natin dito sa Department of Agriculture?
Alam ninyo, we need to have a vision. So that we anchor this vision to the reforms that we would like to pursue. So nangyari nga, nung nag-umpisa po tayo, 2019, we have to really consult and thereupon have a vision of a food secure and resilient Philippines with prosperous and empowered farmers and fishers. So having said that, then ano na ngayon yung mga key pillars of making this vision possible? And behind those pillars, ano yung key strategies para holistically ay aakma dun sa gusto natin mangyari. So,
Yes.
tinawag natin ito 1DA Reform Agenda.
Isang pamilya.
Opo. Kasi ang daming mga offices, mga bureaucracy ng DA, may mga attached agencies, including that of regional field offices.
Yes.
Dapat naman, we as a family must have this agenda na ipopokus lahat yung ating resources towards achieving itong gusto natin mangyari na maging masaganang ani at mataas na kita.
Okay. So, Mr. Secretary, apat po yung nakikita natin dyan, parang pillars, sinabi nyo na, no? Consolidation, modernization, industrialization, professionalization. In fact, marami ng ganyan nung araw pa eh. Pinagsama-sama lang po na ba natin?
Tama yan. Hindi yung pinagsama-sama. You really have to read the whole environment, inside and outside. And of course, yung hahatakin mo na goal on top of your vision, ang goal natin, yung if you go by the word in the vision, yung food security.
Yes.
Yun ang ibig sabihin.
Yes.
Ensuring food security is such a very noble object or goal of the country through the Philippine Department of Agriculture. And what do we mean by ensuring food security? Okay, firstly, tayo dapat dito sa bansa, i-identify na natin yung mga commodity industries na mayroon tayong tsansa na makikompete globally. So mayroon mga commodity industries na maybe today are not yet competitive, but nurturing them, transforming them to become more competitive so that the comparative advantage will be there. Yun ang tutugunan ng kagawaran ng pagsasaka.
Tama po.
In tandem with our partners sa local government units.
And the private sector, siya po.
Of course, private sector, I always say, is the leader in terms of making it possible na itong transformation process natin sa agrikultura ay mangyari. Kasi sila yung nag-i-invest, yung mga nagnenegosyo. yung mga farmers din ay kasama sila doon sa posible na mangyari na maganda ang ating sektor ng agrikultura. Na yung nasabi mo na nga, na modern, industrializing, and yung human capital na nandun sa sektor ay talaga the best of experts. And with farm consolidation, we should be able to have more economies of scale, and that's where technology can now be properly used.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Nako, dahil po kayo ang guest natin ngayon, at siyempre sa IUTIP, napakaraming tanong po ng ating mga media person. So, unahin na natin po sila.
Sige po.
Si Melissa Lopez ng CNN Philippines. Tanong niya, how many metric tons of pork imports have entered the country since April 2021 when President signed the EO? Are you satisfied with the current retail price of pork in the market, Mr. Secretary?
Okay, in terms of percentage, malaki na yung porsyento ng inangkat na karneng baboy, even outside the MAP, compared to last year. So, very substantial.
Okay.
Now, the prices, itong last 1 month we have been observing, ay bumababa naman yung frozen pork. Ang hindi natin nakikita na bumababa ay itong fresh pork.
Okay. Sige. Tanong naman ni John Enriquez, good news ho ito, no? Sabi nila, the World Bank recently approved another $280 million. So malaki po itong tulong.
Malaki pa tulong po sa pagpaunlad po natin ng agrikultura. Maraming components po yan, kagaya ng infrastruktura, yung farm-to-market roads, mga post-harvest facilities. Mayroon din suporta sa pagnenegosyo at ito, enterprise development.
Napakaganda po. Tanong naman ni Annabel Surara ng DCAC, sapat po ba ang supply ng pagkain hanggang matapos po itong taon?
Yun po ay tinitingnan po natin palagi, yung inventaryo po natin, considering what we produce and yung supply augmentation from other countries, we have enough. That would include now the pork supply, those locally produced, plus what have been targeted to be brought in.
Tanong naman sir ni Ray Pilayo ng UNTV, may projection daw po ang ibang mga farmers groups na tataas na naman daw yung fresh pork dahil mataas daw po ang raw materials, kagaya ng mais.
Well, we should understand that, and I believe that pag dumating na yung imports vis-a-vis EU 133, the equilibrium will happen.
Okay. Tanong naman ni EJ Gomez ng Manila Times, as things stand now, what's your outlook for the second quarter agri-growth, meaning from April, May, June? Yan.
Okay, between the three sectors of the economy, industry, services, and agriculture, ay resilient ang tawag po natin yung growth pa rin ng agrikultura. So, hoping na, of course, alam na natin yung mayroon negative growth dun sa subsector ng livestock, particularly pork or the hog industry. The poultry industry is starting to recover.
So, as you can see from the screen, sir, of all the major sectors of the economy, ang pinakamababa pa rin, mababa lahat, pero hindi kagaya ng industry and services.
Yeah, no? Tingnan mo ito, 2021, quarter 1. At more than 4 itong dalawang sector, pero ang agrikultura ay 1.2% ang contraction. Ibig sabihin, in spite of the big impact ng African swine fever, ay halos nasa neutral growth pa rin tayo.
Yes. In fact, lahat ng sectors, subsectors sa agriculture,
tumaas.
Opo. It was pulled down
by the livestock sector.
So yan po.
Subsector.
So we're looking forward
to...
So
ang ibig sabihin, totality, mayroon na tayong lunas itong African swine fever, at idagdag mo na yung malaking contribution ng livestock and poultry, which is more than 33% to the gross value added in agriculture, ang ganda ng pag-angat na ng sektor ng agrikultura.
So, you may announce, Mr. Secretary, yung meron tayong mga meetings with ASF, mga pharmaceutical companies, di ba?
Yeah, itong bantay ASF sa barangay ay ito yung bagong plataforma really to give more PILIP, more life, so that mas maganda yung monitoring and surveillance. This time around, mayroon ng mga gagamitin ng mga local government units, yung provincial veterinaries will now have the desired equipment that can now detect while monitoring. I mean, there is a mini PCR that they can use to really enhance their detection. Kasi detection is the first step for managing whether there is, what is the next step after having to understand that there is now a outbreak, of ASF in that area. So now you can call the help of others.
Okay. The good news, sir, we have heard yung ibang areas sa Batangas na declared na locally ASF free. No?
Now this is one good development kasi it is good that the LGUs has that initiative, and at the end of the day, tayo sa DA and the BAI particularly will have to issue na certified na sila na ASF free. Anong ibig sabihin po yon? They can now go to the banks and borrow money. Mas lalo yung mga commercial hog raisers now can do repopulate in a big way. Ganon din sa backyard hog raisers. They can now be given all this assistance.
Okay. Tanong naman, sir, ni Jasper Arcalas ng Business Mirror. Has the MAB Management Committee approved the guidelines na? MAB
okay, before I started with this presser today, tinanong ko dun sa secretariat ng MAB. Sabi nila, out of 6 departments, yung nakapirma na ay 5. So meaning we have a majority already. But we are just awaiting for just today the last signature to complete 100%.
So probably next week?
By tomorrow ipapublish na yan.
Okay.
So pag na-publish na yan sa journal dito sa UP Diliman, that's effective na to be implemented.
Tanong naman ni Shaila Francisco ng TV5, sir, balita daw po sa monitoring, tumataas naman daw po ang presyo ng gulay. Bakit po ba? May supply distortions?
Dapat hindi po tumataas kasi ang ganda ng weather. We have to see to it that walang mga maantala na, there should be no restriction of movements. We are working with our regional field offices to be ready always to help so that walang mga tinatapon na mga vegetables. So nandyan monitor ang mga AMADs every region. This is our Agricultural Marketing Division that's in charge in assisting linking producers to the markets. And even we have the Kadiwa program nationwide that's really has done so much during this time of pandemic.
Okay, sir. Tanong naman, sir, ni Catherine Talavera ng Philippine Star. May update na po ba tayo sa nire-request ng ibang grupo na may random testing ng meat imports as they enter the country?
That's being done now. And I will see to it that must be done regularly on a random basis.
Okay. Tanong naman ni Revin Ochabi ng Business World, kailangan pa po bang maglabas tayo ng SRP sa imported pork?
Yun nga, itong last 1 month, tinitingnan namin parang it's finding to its normal, hopefully, pag dumating pa itong under EO 133, that will really will significantly lower and the existing prices, and affordable prices will be observed
In the market.
in the market. Yes.
Yes. Tanong naman ni Ronald Kenyon ng DCRV. Ito po sa Devolution, kumusta naman po ito sa LGUs natin? Na-devolve naman natin, di ba?
Alam mo,
Secretary?
31 years ago na ito, 30 years. Kasi that's 1981.
Yeah.
Ngayon, 2021. So, is that 40 years or
40.
30 years?
40 na po.
Okay, anyway. The Devolution Act has been there in operation.
Yes.
The Mandalas ruling will now give the rightful share of the LGUs, the budget coming from the national government. So devolution has been done before. But hindi po nangyari masyado. I mean, much as we wanted to have the devolved functions of the Department of Agriculture now in the hands of the LGUs, there are many of the local government units not doing those functions.
Okay.
Maybe, number one, they're not giving priority to those functions that have been devolved, and they may be using their era to other, devolved functions or responsibilities of the local government unit. So, minabuti po natin ngayon na mayroon na tayong nilunsad na PAPES. Itong PAPES is the province-led Agriculture and Fisheries Extension System.
Okay.
This is one way to really prepare for this much better implementation of the devolution.
Okay.
So, mayroon tayong piloting na nangyari itong taon. And next year, from the learnings that we have this year, nationwide, we will now implement itong province-led Agriculture and Fishery Extension System.
Yan po mga kaibigan. Ibig sabihin po, dapat talaga yung mga probinsya mismo ang manguna sa pagpatupad ng mga programa sa agriculture. Kami po dito sa department ay maggigiya lamang. Hindi po
Yung steering role, this is the national direction. And the LGUs has to anchor with that and localizing it for their purpose.
Tama po. So, kaya naman po tinawag silang food security SARS. Sila po yun mismo, ang ating gobernador.
Kada gobernador with the municipal mayors, they have the responsibility to see to it that their constituents are food secure.
Okay. Ito po, last question po. Ano naman daw po ang estado, galing sa DAFB page natin, ano po ang estado ng pagpapatayo natin ng mga agribusiness industrial corridor sa Clark, sa Subic, FTI at iba pa sa Taguig?
Well, as you all know, bagong mga programa ito. At doon sa Clark ay Bayanihan 2 po ang funding. Hopefully, ma-extend po ang Bayanihan 2 para tuloy-tuloy yung construction ng ating National Seed Technology Hub. Then, followed by now the various industries that will be located there. Kahapon, mayroon akong kausap na isang industrialist na gusto niya magtayo doon sa ating agribusiness or agri-industrial business corridor sa Clark. Mag-locate doon.
Wow.
So maganda yung pangitain. So the next one is in Taguig. And we are in the process of identifying other areas.
So, maraming salamat po, Mr. Secretary. Ang bilis ng oras po natin. So, again, parting words po, Mr. Secretary.
Well,
Napakabilis
ito
ng 30
pala,
minutes.
we are celebrating tomorrow the 123rd anniversary of the Department of Agriculture. So, itong 123 years, ang dami na po na yambag ang kagawaran ng pagsasaka sa nation building. So we will continue to build on the accomplishments of our mga nauna na sa atin. Tayo ay brick builder, one after the other, di ba? Dadagdagan natin. That's why we have this 1DA reform agenda based on the new thinking para sa ganun ay yung direksyon ng ating agrikultura ay mayroon tayong strategic plan at tied up with that, mayroon tayong roadmap development ng mga commodity industries. Ito po yung ating pwedeng masabi na maibigay na contribution during this last 1 year of the Duterte administration.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. Secretary. So, sana makaulit tayo dito sa presser na ito. So, sa aming pagtatapos, muli kami nagpapaalala sa lahat na dapat po ay tuloy-tuloy ang daloy ng pagkain at iba pang essential inputs para sa food production. Magtulungan po tayo para sigurado ang delivery ng mga pagkain at iba pang agri at fishery products mula sa production centers patungong pamilyan at hapagkainan. Magkaisa po tayo para ang lahat ng pamilyang Pilipino ay magkaroon ng access sa ligtas, de kalidad at murang pagkain. Sa lahat po ng miyembro ng DA, 1DA family, happy 123rd anniversary po sa ating lahat. Ipagpatuloy po natin ang taus-pusong pagsiservisyo sa bayan at sama-sama tayong kumilos tungo sa isang food secure and resilient Philippines with empowered and prosperous farmers and fishers. Plan, sabi ni Secretary. So, sa Radyo TV Malacanang, PTV4, PCOO, at sa aming Secretary Martin Andanar. Boss Mart, maraming salamat sa pagkakataong binibigay niyo sa amin twice a week, Martes at Huwebes, dito po sa PTV4 at sa DA Facebook page. Please visit our website, da.gov.ph, and like our official Facebook page, Department of Agriculture, Philippines. Muli, ako po si Noel Ocampo Reyes, kasama natin si Secretary William Dunn, nagsasabing magandang hapon po sa ating lahat.